On today's special in-studio episode, I'm going over my spinning reel arsenal. Welcome back to Realistic Fishing. Let's take a look at the first one. Falcon Feathercast. I don't know if the camera will be able to pick this up. It says Japan, and it's in cursive. It has a clicker. You can also turn off the bait clicker. It's pretty old. If I had to guess, I would say it was from the late 60s, early 70s. I don't know much about this reel. It is only left-hand retrieve. You can't even switch it over. Sounds like a metal frame with one plastic panel right here to get into the gears. I haven't used it much, but I hope to. I hope to get a feel for what it was like to fish way back then. It has an interesting bail design. It doesn't have the typical cylinder right here, just a wire loop. I've never used it before, but I'd like to give it a try. Falcon Feathercast. Alright, next we have the Shakespeare Microspin. I've had this reel for years now. This is the oldest ultralight I have in my collection. It actually lived this long. It's a little stiff. It's seen better days. About this one, it's pretty heavy for an ultralight. The spool is quite small, and it does not have instant anti-reverse. Remember what happened to my Daiwa reel? If it can get enough momentum going backwards, it can shatter the little pin inside, so I don't really use this much anymore. It's just a piece in my arsenal if I need it. Alright, let's look at the next one. Alright, here we have an Akuma Century. It's a bit older. I don't really use it much. It also does not have instant anti-reverse. It looks like it has one ball bearing. I'm not exactly sure what size this is. I would put it in the 2000 size if I was comparing it to a different reel. I have caught some fish on this. I typically use this as a beater reel. If I was to go on vacation right now and fish shallow saltwater, I would probably use something like this. You know, I wouldn't really care if it got beat up. It's really old. It's been through a lot. So that's why I keep something like this in my arsenal. If I have a drink after every reel, will I have any beer left? Probably not. Alright, next we're going to look at this one. This is a Shimano 4000. It also does not have instant anti-reverse. All of these older spinning reels didn't have that luxury, but I still used it a lot. I still fished with it. I used to fish for catfish with this. Same thing, in the salt water I would use this. Once again, this is in the 4000 size class. Let's compare it to the Akuma, which I said was about a 2000 class. So this one can hold a little bit more line. It's a little bit more robust, and it has the bottom drag. This is pretty much just a workhorse. If I was going to fish somewhere new and I wasn't sure what the conditions were going to be, I would take something like this that has already taken a beating, but I know it can get the job done. This one is mostly plastic. Looks like the bail is the only thing I can see that's metal besides a few screws. So that's an interesting one. Again, that's a 4000 size. No instant anti-reverse. All right, moving on to the next one. All right, here we have a Zebco Atom Z. This is basically a $10, maybe $15 reel from Kmart. This is the epitome of a new entry-level spinning reel at a department store right now. No instant anti-reverse. It looks like metal, but that's plastic. This thing looks like mostly plastic. Like I said, this would be in the $10 to $15 range. Might even come with a rod for 20 bucks. I haven't really used this one all that much. I think I used it once just to test it out after I bought it. Again, this is just one that's there just in case. It was cheap. I figured I would give it a try. Moving on, let's take a look at the next one. All right. Here we have a Quantum Snapshot 10. This is in the $15 to $20 range at a department store like Kmart or Sears or something like that. You could probably still get this somewhere else at a sporting goods store. The thing about this reel is it has this function right here. This snapshot, you know, if the line was coming off the spool, right, going up the rod, you can grab the line and the trigger right here at the same time and then cast like that. You know, it's a good little gimmick for beginners or someone who doesn't want to open the bail manually and grab the line. I have caught some fish on this. I've actually caught some pretty decent bass. That was in last year's footage. This is the Quantum Snapshot 10. No instant anti-reverse. Only a few more left. All right, here we have the Okuma Safina Pro. This is comparable in size to that Quantum Snapshot I was just looking at. Here's the Quantum Snapshot. Here's the Safina Pro. It's a little bit bigger. It's got just a bit bigger of a frame and spool. This one is a lot more smooth. This one feels a little bit more sturdy. This one has 4 ball bearings. It does not have the trigger like the Quantum Snapshot, but it has a definite click and springy feel to it. The other ones haven't had that yet. I would like to get out and use this one more. It's a bit older, but it really feels like a nice reel. The exact model is SPA 25. This might be one of those 2000 class reels. Oh, just 2 more to go. Look at this Molex Beetle. It's like a $20 lure. I got it at Dick's Sporting Goods for like $3. Just for the hell of it, let's take a look at the Molex Super NATO Beetle. This thing looks like a giant stag beetle. If you put your finger in there, it would crush your finger. I rarely see this kind of a beetle anywhere, but maybe I'll catch a bass on it. It's just so strange, I had to get it. Look at that, $12.97 on sale, but it was on clearance. I think I paid like $3. And it has Mike Iaconelli's picture on there. When it has someone's picture on there, you know it's got to be good. Alright, moving on. If you've been watching my show this year, you know which reel this is. This is the Lew's Speed Spin Hank Parker reel. Once again, it looks like it's in that 2000 class. Let's compare it to the Okuma I was just looking at. These are really close in size. I have used this reel more than all of those reels combined. I have maybe 10 videos about this reel, the rod and reel combo in particular. I have caught a pretty good amount of bass on this thing. This one, yes, it has the instant anti-reverse. This one has taken a beating. This is easily one of my favorite spinning reels. Alright, so let's compare this one to that one really quick. So this Okuma Safina Pro 4-bearing system. Very similar in size to the Lew's Speed Spool 3-bearing system. Let's hold them up and see which one is lighter. The Okuma is definitely lighter. I might have to start taking this one out more. See if it's as good as the Lew's here. Alright, I already went over this one. Alright, we're finally down to the last reel. If you've been watching any of my recent panfish videos, then you know about this one, Shimano Sienna 1000. Instant anti-reverse. So it's the Lew's, the Okuma Safina, and the Shimano Sienna. All of these have instant anti-reverse. None of those other reels did. So these are my 3 nicest reels. Shimano Sienna 1000. Really good for panfish. I've caught some small bass on it. It has lasted me a year or so. I got it at the end of the year on the last season. I haven't really used this one as much. The Okuma Safina Pro. I might have 1 or 2 videos where I gave this a try, but I'd like to get it out there more. Compare it to these two for sure. And finally, Lew's Speed Spin from the Hank Parker combo. For 15 bucks, this thing is a workhorse. I have caught a lot of fish on it. Perfect for a beginner. Perfect for 15 bucks. I cannot complain about this at all. So there we have my spinning reel arsenal. Some of them I've used a lot. Others I'd like to use more. Some of them I probably won't use unless I have to. Thanks for watching Realistic Fishing. Keep it realistic.